All right. It looks like we are live and ready to go. Just waiting for YouTube to. Okay, it looks like stream's healthy. Everything looks good. Yeah, let's get started here because there's quite a lot of tickers to review. First of all, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the stream where we first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good Thursday. Hopefully, a profitable Thursday, and they're ready for Friday, the last trading day of the week. Today is the 12th of June, and it's 9:15 a.m. We got another 15 minutes before the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up trading whenever this cash account is out of buying power. And then we'll just keep streaming probably till like 11:30 or so. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's dive into the watch list. Good morning, everyone. Woo! Full house here. All right, let's see. Where to get started? I actually made two pre-market trades. One of them should have been a winner, but I closed out early, and the other one was a bit of a scratch. So I'll show you guys those two in a second. Where is it? Let's just start with CTIB. When I first looked at CTIB this morning, I was like, okay, it's looking pretty nice, but honestly, it's not looking very nice anymore. It's constantly selling off here, past 40%. You guys know I don't want to compression glove. Yeah, I'm wearing it right now because why not? This is probably what I need it the most. And for some reason, I never wear it on my streams. I don't know. Maybe I thought it was weird, but I don't really care. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so if a stock is typically selling off over 40%, you guys, or 30%, I typically don't look at it. CTIB, though, was the lead gap around 450%, 2.1 million float, so nice south of 10 million that we always look for. U.S. auto parts company, and the catalyst, though, was very confusing. Just a bunch of board of director changes. I don't know, no real catalyst there. So I don't really know how I feel about it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's going to be some nice support on this one at one point. For now, I'm going to be a little bit cautious here. Maybe we'll try to do some dips on it, but again, I'm not really blown away anymore. I thought it was going to hold its highs a little bit better, but then again, it's already up so much that oftentimes these things do sell off a little bit. EMAN was another one I was actually going to put on my lead gappers. This one also was selling off quite a bit, and that's why I kind of took my eyes off of it. Quick little review here. 160% gapping up pre-market, 49 million float, so that's okay. It's under 50 million, not too bad. We've seen some larger floats this month absolutely rip, so it's kind of been an unusual month, so anything's really possible. I feel like US Semiconductor, they actually have a nice 5.5 million defense contract, or a contract from the Department of Defense, so that's actually really nice. I like that catalyst, making this one kind of really interesting. They also have a market cap of 32 million, so 5.5 million contract is actually pretty sweet. So they were running all the way up to 1.7, I think it was 1.65. So obviously here at 1.5, this is kind of a key pivot zone. We'll just kind of outline this one a little bit. And then they ran up kind of in this area, 1.8 is big resistance. Then right down here, you can kind of see that there's a lot of bottoms and tops here at 1.7 and then 1.67. So let's go ahead and just kind of mark these zones as well. I know this is kind of a lot of markings, but it's a small stock, and they typically tend to have a little bit more. So interesting little price increments here. You can see we did try to break out higher here, big resistance, some big support here at the 1.2 area. There's probably some tops and bottoms here, again, at 1.12. But yeah, for now, it's definitely in the downtrend, still selling off. Maybe it could be a red to green move, though, at the open. Break back above 1.2, something like that. So I would keep an eye out for a break of 1.2 with EMAN. I really could see it happening. Basically, finding some support in this area. This is an 8% range. If it breaks below 1.1, I'd be a little bit nervous. Otherwise, we might see a quick dip here and then a nice little shoot to the upside. So EMAN, I would probably consider watching it out of the gate. Let's quickly go through a few more. Where is it? CBSF. This one. This is the one I try to trade pre-market. I got a nice little, it was almost perfect. I was up 6% at one point, almost 6%. And then we had this little shakeout. And then this candle shook me out. I really didn't like the amount of sell volume on this one, so I kind of just closed out this position. I knew there was a chance that it might pop up again, but the way KBSF was kind of trading already made me a little bit nervous. So I closed this position. Unfortunately, it ran 12% right afterwards. I was like, oh, come on. Whatever. I didn't take a big loss, so it's fine. It was overall a small position, so the win would have not been that big either. It was kind of just, getting my feet wet, getting myself ready for today. So far, what I've learned from my, 2 pre-market trades is just the market's a little bit shakier today. We're not getting that really nice, clean, instant resolution. We're not getting quick follow through. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't know if that's going to continue into the market open, but probably, because it's just been an extremely crazy last few days of trading. So let's just keep that in mind. But overall, KBSF, 180% pre-market gap, 1.5 million float, really nice. That's why I wanted to get on this breakout, because I felt like if it did break out, it would be a nice move. And it was a pretty nice move. Chinese apparel manufacturer, no real catalyst on this one. Again, making me kind of nervous. Where to go? They had a lot of coronavirus face masks, kind of news coming out. But that was already in April, kind of late April. I don't know. I don't see anything new about this company just yet. So not totally sure why it's up so much today. And we kind of saw that yesterday with a lot of these Chinese companies. Like I'm still confused why they ran so hard like they did. All the way to $6 already. So this one's really kind of in these territories here between 6 and 7.5. If we can break out from, I would say 7.5, this scheme could absolutely rip. I'm going to keep an alert on this one for sure. See what kind of moves we get. I'm going to move this down just a little bit here. See if we break past 6. And even before then, I would probably like to kind of jump on this one, maybe 5.4. Okay. So yeah, KBSF could be really interesting out of the gates. We got a few that I might want to watch out of the gates. ZKIN, another one. This one, 80% pre-market gapper, 4.3 million float, 4.3 million float. Chinese steel, and I like the catalyst on this one, $50 million for expansion. So that's kind of nice. All these catalyst guys I'm getting from either TOS or FinViz. I like to check both to see if one's missing something, but here you can see it. Reports has budget for $49.7 million for expansion. That's a nice catalyst, seeing a company that's growing and whatnot. So, small float, big catalyst. I mean, this is a $22 million company based on their market cap. So, a $50 million contract, that's like twice the size of the company. That's a huge contract winner. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And that entry was about, so this is why we cut losses quickly. I was looking for a quick pullback on ZKIN. We got that. I was positive here a little bit. I could have closed for like a $10 profit on a $500 position size. So you keep that in mind as well. It's a small position size. Yeah, so we could have took a little bit of a profit here. Not like the biggest profit, but kind of just closing out for a scratch, maybe a 1% win. But I don't know. It was choppy. And then, so a lot of big sell volume. I get nervous when I see a lot of sell volume like this, and then I typically just end up closing my position for a scratch. I don't want to be part of that big, flush to the downside. So I typically get out pretty fast as long as I don't see resolution. This is actually kind of a nice little bounce here off of the $2 zone. If you have unlimited trades, you could always snag these. That's a 5% trade. Do that with $10,000 position size, boom, you just made $500. So I can't wait till we are on that point. But we're learning on the way, so it's totally fine to not rush into things here. Whew, give it a second to catch my breath. GNUS, KBS. It's always good questions like where can a potential ticker go? Like what major points of resistance? I always like to see where tops and bottoms are. Obviously on ZKIN we have some big bottoms at about $3, so I would look for that to be the next zone. On KBSF, I would probably be looking at well, we know that 5 and that 6 kind of $20 area is key support and resistance. So if we could break 620, we might have a nice move. 750 is a pretty interesting resistance zone. The break of 8 would probably be pretty key. But really, if we break this last candle right here, this would be pretty nice. I think that's at $8. So definitely keep an eye out for the $8 zone. And then from there, yeah, I mean, you guys see these tops. So I'd be looking for these tops to at least reach them. I'm waiting till the market opens to decide on any of my entries. If I go ahead and make a place a trade, I will obviously let you guys know, and you guys will see it and you will hear it as well. It's not like I'm randomly going to be in a trade and you guys won't know. ZKIN still pulling back here. A little bit disappointing on that. CTIB, let's check out this one. Having a little bit of a bounce. We got 3.5 minutes. I always want to be, focused on one stock specifically, or at least 2 stocks when the market opens. I like that CTIB is kind of moving higher here. I'd probably look for about 100 on this one. So maybe we'll get a little bit of a pullback. EMAN, thinking about watching this one out of the gates. I do like the fact that as a contract, I like the fact that the float's actually a little bit bigger, which kind of makes me feel like buying a dip on this one could be a little bit better of a setup. Another 2 minutes here. So I'm going to be looking probably at CTIB out of the gates. I'll probably be watching. It's tough to say because I like watching CMAN, but I also kind of like KBSF. It's just a lot of potential setups across the board. KBSF is pulling back kind of aggressively though. ZKIN, another one to probably watch out of the gates. Also pulling back. Could see some support in this area. Could be a nice little red to green move on it as well. Yeah, I'll probably be moving around fairly quickly here, but again, oh, CTIB just had a vicious pullback. Not really what I want to be seeing out of the gates. Yeah, I'm going to probably take this open a little bit more cautious. Got another minute here. I'm going to put a limit order on EMAN at about $1. See if we can get a bounce off this zone. Another 20 seconds till the market opens. I'm going to be very flexible here with the market open. I'm not probably going to jump on anything too aggressive. $4 is definitely a key zone. Good luck, everyone. EMAN trying to break that key area at 1.2. KBSF pulling back here, one of the lead gappers on the day. EMAN looking pretty healthy, could break that 1.2 zone. So far, no trades for me. ZKIN is breaking higher here a little bit. Nice move on EMAN. Removing my limit order on that though. %8 dip on KBSF. Whew! Kind of a chilly little morning. Just a lot of kind of sketchy feeling moves, I gotta say. KBSF still pulling back. ZKIN could be an interesting entry at about 1.8 or 1.7. Hard to say where. Could be setting up a red to green move here. Yeah, Citron, the research firm is always, they move these stocks quite a bit actually. Here we go, ZKIN pulling back a little bit. Could be an interesting spot. Potential KBSF red to green move. EMAN at 115. So bouncing off this $4 area, already 5% move. It's an awkward pullback on ZKIN, I gotta say, very awkward. Awkward in terms of just kind of slow, not getting that, you know, nice two, 3 candles and then a reversal. It's more of just like inching along here. KBSF pulling back to 4. Broke 4. Hertz is actually one of the lead gappers today, but it's not really the small cap classic that we're looking at. Kind of just the bankruptcy bounce on this one all over the place. This has been such an active mover, so far selling off quite a bit. GNUS taking a lot of attention out of the open here. Big bounce off of 4. I could see this thing probably running to 5. Phew, what a huge move on GNUS. ZKIN pulling back here. Possible entry at 77. Did not get that entry. No need to rush this morning. It's a little bit choppy, not the clean patterns that we typically want to see, so no need to rush around here. CTIB, nice little bounce off the 6. Yeah, ZKIN actually would have been a really nice entry. I missed that one. Didn't get my order filled at 77. CHNR. Yeah, a pretty wicked pullback this one's been having. This came on the scanner a little bit late, but I'll be a little bit cautious on it for sure. Yeah, I feel the same way, Corey. There's kind of no reason to just jump into anything blindly. I did want the ZKIN bounce at 175. That's kind of the main one I wanted today. I kind of missed that entry. I don't know if it's because I wasn't really watching it in time. I don't know. But I didn't get it, so it is what it is. KBSF still pulling back. Ay, ay, ay. I have no open limit orders right now. You guys would see them here on the left. NRZ. Oh, ZKIN still pulling back. Oh, cracked 75. Instantly hit 73. So far, no trades for me, not our classic breakouts. No need to rush into anything. Let's see, Hertz over here. Pulling back. I'm watching ZKIN. Could be an interesting entry around the low 70s. So far, I have yet to do an entry on it. But I do like kind of it's just a lot of selling momentum on this one still. GNUS bouncing off the 4.4 zone. I wonder if this one could be a little bit of a double bottom entry at around 4.2 or so. There was so much stuff on the scanner this morning that was very unusual. Yesterday was the same situation. Usually it's pretty fine-tuned where I only got like, maybe 5 stocks and then, 1 or 2 very clearly gappers. And today it was just a full-on wash machine. CTIB actually had a pretty decent little red to green move here. I was quite cautious on it with that pullback that we had right before the open. Still pulling back here. A lot of jumping around, Pearl, but hey, you found your thing. Is GNUS back positive on the day? Or at least green on the candle, on the daily candle? Selling volume on ZKIN really kind of fading a little bit here. Could be a potential reversal at one point, but it might break under 70 pretty soon. That's a real heavy sell-off so far. Also, not too many people trading ZKIN. That's always a good thing to kind of point out. It's only at $6 million volume for today, so very light volume on it. Hertz is trying. Hertz has had some really big power with the halts and just opening up with ridiculous amount of volume. You can see it's already at $200 million volume on the day, making it one of the heavier traded stocks. And I feel like that might be a big reason some of these other small caps aren't doing too hot, because Hertz and GNUS, former lead gappers, are taking a lot of the attention. ZKIN still pulling back here. A very, very consistent linear, basically line to the downside. I'm not a big fan of these VWAP pullbacks. I keep getting skunked on them, so I typically leave them alone. But basically 0.32 or 3.15 could be an interesting entry zones for Hertz. I'm gonna put an alert here if we actually break below this area. Yeah, GNUS seems like it's quite a hot one, actually. It actually had that perfect double bottom that we were talking about earlier. That would have been good to place a limit order there. Remember, GNUS is on the backside of a really, really big move. I wouldn't expect anything super explosive from GNUS. Did have a nice little bounce here. Could maybe see $5. Maybe it's going to have another top here at 550 or so. But I don't really see this thing hitting, new highs. We'll have to see. We'll have to watch the volume on it very closely. Bit of a bounce on ZKIN. It's 9:44. Still no trades at the market open, so a little bit unusual here for me, but I didn't feel like there was that perfect setup that I wanted, so it's fine. New cartoon. ZKIN might be trying for a reversal of its own. I'm not sure about that. Nice big green volume though on ZKIN. Just letting you guys know, I have it on the chart over here. That's where I'm kind of watching it. This pullback has been quite aggressive though. Yeah, the Hertz is still pulling back here. I wasn't really convinced with that potential setup. G and US. A bit slow here. Fridays are always a bit of a kind of a wild card. You don't really know what kind of fall through you're going to get on Friday. Companies, and the reason for that is companies typically don't like to put out PRs on Friday. They would rather wait till midweek or something like that. So people don't have the opportunity to forget about the news, right? The weekend happens, what's hot on Monday, what's hot on Tuesday. You're not thinking about, what happened necessarily on Friday. That's old news. So they want to have the ability for that news to really price in a little bit harder. And with these small caps, that's very, very important because oftentimes they're looking for, an offering or something. So they really want the price to run up a little bit more. The pullback on ZKIN was kind of interesting here. I was looking at it. The reason I didn't do it is because this is another kind of setup that I get skunked with. If I'm below VWAP, I'm going to be looking for dips, not necessarily breakout pullbacks, which is this one. I would have probably done this trade if we were above VWAP. Just keeping an open mind here, seeing what we're going to get. Whew, CHNR still pulling back here. A lot of Chinese companies lately. It's really been a barrage of them. It's quite interesting. I also find it quite interesting that a lot of them are just up on zero news. That is a little bit astonishing. So EMAN had that nice breakout at 1.2. I didn't really want to trade in this area. Felt like it was not going to have the best resolution, but I did want to trade it at about 1.1. Ideally, I wanted to trade it on a pullback first and then get that 1.2 pull breakout. That was my goal. Didn't happen the way I wanted, so I never ended up trading EMAN. It is finding some support though in this area, and this could be a nice move higher. So I will keep watching it. Boom! Literally, as we were saying that, this thing rips. Very cool. It is a little bit more tricky to trade. Big volume coming back in on this one. This is actually one of my favorite based on the catalyst. These subdecimal places ones are always a little bit tricky to enter. Did it get halted? Did EMAN get halted? I think it got halted. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. So big move here. I was like, okay, there could be a big move on EMAN. It was. Totally got halted here. I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. This could be really good fun to watch out of the gates. I mean, not out of the gates, but out of the halt. Oh, yeah. People are definitely going to be watching this one. What I liked about EMAN more than any other stock, besides maybe ZKIN, is the fact that it had that, really nice 5.5 Department of Defense contract. So this one actually had some good micro news, while our other lead gappers are just kind of a little bit confusing with CTIB and KBSF, both a little bit confusing on why they're up. ZKIN might actually be looking for a similar kind of break to the upside. It's getting ready to try to break 1.9. Decent volume coming in on this one. I like what I'm seeing. I'm waiting for a bit bigger of a setup here, but I like what I'm seeing with ZKIN for sure. EMAN is going to open up pretty soon in about 54, so keep an eye out for that. Possible entry on ZKIN. Near 180. $185 could be getting chipped away here. Buyers on 185. This looks like it's going to be the breakout here. I was a little bit slow on my entry. I was kind of busy watching the other one that just got halted. Let me move it over here. I want to make sure my halt, I don't miss it. Sellers here still on 88. Let's see if we can get another pullback on this one. See if there's a bit better setup, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that pullback. I think 189 might get chipped away right now. Got another 2 minutes till that halt opens up. Still a lot of selling volume on this. Move my limit order for now, just kind of watch it here. Huge amount of sell volume, so instantly got rejected. I was pretty nervous with this because, like I was saying, pre-market we were having a lot of rejections. Got to be careful, guys. On Friday, sometimes you get these, false breakouts, failed breakouts, so I'm just being very cautious today. Carmelo, you're in the halt. Nice. That's actually, halt on the way up. That's good. So this halt's going to open up in about a minute here. ZKIN, I'm going to keep an eye on. I don't like the fact that that big sell volume came up on the biggest candle, so very cautious. It's always good to be a little bit more cautious on Mondays and Fridays, just as like a general rule of thumb. I'm not saying it's not going to break out, but let's give it a little bit here. That was a pretty heavy rejection. This thing might keep selling off. I have no trades open yet. Ruben's in the halt. Are you in the halt with EMAN? Typically halts on the way up are good things. EMAN has that 49 million floats. I'm actually surprised this one is the one that got halted. But it is probably one of the ones with the nicest news. We just got actually an entry here. That was unexpected. Closed my position at 123. Wow. That was a nice profit, but it was a little bit unexpected here. This thing just got halted on the way up, possibly here. Could be breaking 27. I wanted to close out that position because I was not expecting that big pullback. That was a leftover limit order. So this was a bit of an accidental trade. Sometimes why keep low limit orders? Somebody must have clicked the sell market order. Wow, that was a pretty lucky trade for me. I'll take it, but not much to learn from on that one. I sold very quickly because I didn't know if we were going to get another halt on the way down. I didn't know what that was. Maybe it was just going to be a quick bounce to the upside. I think it's going to break out. This is actually the trade I wanted here. I was going to buy at about 25 and then maybe sell into the next move to the upside. I was not expecting a rip like that. And I probably should have just added into my position, but I don't know. I was kind of caught off guard. I gotta say, I was a little bit caught off guard on that. So you also see things like this happen a little bit more commonly when you deal with these big, not necessarily big spreads, yes, but these extended decimal places because people have a hard time getting their orders in. It's super annoying trying to enter EMAN. That's why I actually had a limit order there already. Yeah, that was quick. That was probably one of my quicker trades. Nice, Boy Claws. Very, very sweet. Looks like you had a similar setup as me. We definitely left a little bit of money on the table, but I will take my... this was like a 10% trade, so that's pretty sweet. instant money. ZKIN is still pulling back here. Not exactly a confidence booster. I'd be very careful. Let me quickly pull it up here. Every time I see big sell volume, whoop, what happened to the chart? Just totally disappeared. There it is. Every time I see big sell volume like this on a failed breakout to the upside, I'm like, I don't want to be part of it. So if I entered here, which was my original goal at 79 on this 1 minute pullback, I would have not taken profits. My goal was the breakout of 1.9, right? But if I noticed that there was a big seller there and we tried multiple times to get out of it, oftentimes I will close my trade. If I didn't close it this time, I would have probably took a small loss on it, somewhere in this area, and ended it as a red trade. But holding after this point is unnecessary because your original thesis is wrong. So why are you still in the trade? Woo! EMAN still ripping, guys. Oftentimes after a stock halts, a lot of people have halt scanners. They see this stock has momentum and everyone's jumping in on it. So you typically want to take advantage on these stocks that are getting halted. I sold very soon. I was happy with this trade. I could have re-entered and I probably should have re-entered. It was just all a little unexpected. Hey, there's nothing wrong about taking profits because this could have went to the downside. Imagine being up 10% and then selling for a 10% loss. You'd be kicking yourself even more. So there's nothing wrong with taking profits. Yeah, very cool. See, quick 200 bucks in 2 seconds. There's not a lot of things you can make 200 bucks in 2 seconds. Carmela, yeah. Woo. It's a big mover. I would like to re-enter this one. I don't really like buying the extended decimal place stocks, and I don't really like kind of chasing in these areas. But in all honesty, this is a nice breakout, and this is a pretty nice move right here. It's nice to see some volume coming in with the main stocks we're looking at. CTIB, let's look at this one. CTIB, guys, breaking VWAP here. Big volume on it as well. 450% pre-market, 2.5 million float. U.S. auto parts company with the board of director changes. That catalyst was very confusing to me. So I was a little bit cautious on it, but let's see how it goes. Guys, EMAN is still flying approaching some $1.5 resistance zone. Placing a limit order on CTIB at about 6.5. I don't really trust this breakout, but maybe we'll get a little flush entry. Although the breakout has big volume, bouncing off the 7. I would get more aggressive with CTIB as soon as it starts proving itself a little bit more. Removing my limit order for now and maybe looking for a little bit lower of an entry. Maybe low 6s on CTIB. Looks like it's selling off one more time here. Wow, guys, EMAN just absolutely crazy. CTIB is still selling off here. I'm a little bit nervous in terms of if it's going to bounce right now. I don't really see that happening, but right now it's touching the 9-minute EMA. I got an entry near the low 6. I don't know if it's going to happen, but you know, dip buys today are a little bit more my thing because the breakouts have been faking out, and that's what I kind of realized in my first 2 trades pre-market that were half position size. That's why I do half position size pre-market. It's really easy to, I don't know, not have a full read on the market yet. CTIB pulling back, guys. Bouncing off 6.5. E-men's pulling back. CTIP just was halted. No, it wasn't. What was that? That was like a fake halt. Oh. It literally just stopped trading for a little bit. I don't know if that was TOS or what that was. In the 90s. $590 getting chipped away here. Missed that dip. That was very weird. Not sure if we're gonna get this dip. Let me move its screen over here. I'll move it back if I get the entry. So far, I'm gonna remove all my limit orders. I have no outstanding limit orders. I'm in no trades right now. CTIB, I wanted that dip below $6. I didn't get it, which is a little bit annoying. I'd already be taking my profit, so I would be out of that trade already. I would not be still holding. It would have been a nice, probably 8% actually on that one. It was just a little bit too, I don't know. I thought it got halted. I removed my order at like 80 something. It didn't open up, but it resumed trading. I don't know what that was. It was literally like 10 seconds. No trades went through. And I was like, oh, it's halted. And then popped back up, went back down. I was like, what's going on? Replaced my limit order, but then it already shot up like 8%. That was really weird. Oh man, IZEA announcing today at 2 today. Oof, that's going to be quite interesting. Oh yeah, good call, Corey. Good call on that. Very nice break here. I'm not sure what the catalyst was behind this one. Doesn't even look like it has a catalyst. CHNR. Floats under 50 million, so that's good. Under 25 million most likely. This is the same setup that CTIB had, but it did not work out. So just keep an eye out for that. Be a little cautious here. Not saying this one's not going to work out. I just, you know, it's up 360%. Huge move so far. This one looks a little bit healthier. We also broke above this candle, so technically it's a new high. Boom, instant resolution there. I was not expecting such a quick turnaround. I was thinking maybe one more red candle. CHNR is looking good. Good call out, Corey. Really, really nice on that. 10:09. We're just getting poppers left and right, guys. Just a little calculation here. I still have 2 full-size trades left. I'm not sure if I answered that question about what do I mean by half position size. Basically, I do 3 trades a day on my challenge account, each trade of $1,000. If I'm not super comfortable on a certain setup, or if it's pre-market, I often only use half position size. That way it doesn't matter as much if it's a winner, if it's a loser. It kind of gives me a little bit more wiggle room to make a mistake. Obviously, I don't make as much money, but I kind of get my toes wet a little bit, and sometimes that's worth a small loss for me. That's why I do it. Plus, you never want to start your day off trading pre-market and all of a sudden be in a big red hole and your main trading hour is actually later in the day. I don't find that a very nice position to be in. CHNR is looking hot. CTIB is not so hot at the moment. I'd be a little bit nervous here. Could break above the 9-minute EMA, but I don't know. Not as enticing for me. EMAN pulled back to 1.3 from the 1.5 zone. Woo! I gotta stop drinking coffee because I'm tweaking. I had a few yawns come out and I was like, that's not acceptable. I'm definitely gonna take a long. I'm gonna go to bed early tonight. I've been lacking sleep Probably only getting like 6.5 hours a night. CTIB, CHNR. Let's see what happens. Check out the sell volume on CHNR is looking really nice. Not too much sell volume. That's what we want to see. A lot of big buy candles on this one. I still don't really know what the catalyst is though about it. And that's one of those classic things that really kind of puts me on edge a little bit. I can't really answer that for you guys. You know, understand like why you're trading certain stocks. What's your goal? What's your entry and exit plan? What's your overall thesis? And if your thesis is looking like it's, you know, staying true, then might be a good time for an entry. Here we go. Woo, Corey, I hope you're still in this one. This one's flying. I was personally waiting for a bit more of a 9-minute EMA retest, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that. We might get it. Oh, nope. It's like, I'm out of here, Alex. No 9-minute retest for you. 10, 12, or maybe, I don't know. Could have spoken too soon. Let's see what happens. Really sweet move here on CHNR. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it, guys. $5 is a big breakout zone. We have tons of volume in on this one. I'm not totally sure why, but we do. About 5.75 is the all-time high, it looks like, or unless we scroll further back. Yeah, we have more resistance in this zone. $5.56 area. 5.756. And then 660 looks like a very key zone, so want to keep an eye out for that as well. So yeah, kind of a little bit of a line overload here, but you can kind of see here at the 6 zone, really heavy resistance. I'm going to clean up my chart a little bit. Wow, Corey, that's a beautiful winner. Looks like it's going to break 6 here. This is a very strong stock. It hasn't even really retested the 9. Typically, we'll have at least a little dip from the 9. But this one's really strong here. Yep, that's true. We actually pull up WAFU. Do that in a little bit. A little bit of resistance coming in now. Yeah, EMA, it's holding the 1.35 area. Could be interesting. Bigger sell volume here. Big buyers on the 5. I would probably look to buy this if it does break 5. If it doesn't break 5, I would probably also start looking for a potential entry on it. Finally having that that 9-minute EMA test. This was a pretty big move. It basically ran up 100% from where it was at 9:45. Big question here is how aggressive is this pullback going to be? Could be a big bounce here before 4.5. Back green, let's see how it goes. Give it a little bit more time here. Wait for some sort of 5-minute setup. I'll be right back. It's trying for that potential 4.5 crack. I don't know if it's going to happen. The 480s right now. Boom, big buyers just came in. It's like a lot of buyers here in the high not 4s. A lot of dip buyers are going to be on this stock for sure. $10.20. CTIB trying again here, chipping away 635, but low volume on it at the moment. But it could start picking up. I'm not discounting it totally. Not a lot of selling volume, but I don't really feel like getting in just yet. I'd rather see a bigger pullback. 470s. $460s. So it's like could be a little bit of a VWAP bounce here. Still doesn't have that much selling volume. Quick bounce off 53. It did crack VWAP here a little bit though. $63 still getting chipped away here into the 50s. 48. $51. Looks like it's back above 50 already, or not. I was kind of hoping this pullback here would be a little bit longer lived. 44. Trying to get an entry here at 35. Limit order at 41. Moved it to 38. Got an entry at 38. Never mind, got an entry at 41. I thought I moved it down, but I didn't happen in time, I guess. Looking for a quick little bounce here. Back to 41. Still having a little bit of a pullback. A lot of sell volume on this one. Looks like it might pull down below 20s here into the 20s. Was thinking about buying a little bit on that dip, but we didn't get another dip as big as I was hoping. Can we break back above here, above the VWAP? That's the big question. Definitely seeing a little bit of support. I'm going to give it one more try here. That was a little unfortunate. I was just about to close that trade at 60 in the high 60s. Looks like it's going to pull back to the 20s like we were thinking. Giving a little bit more time here. Obviously, we don't want these zones to crack here at the $4 big time support. $4 coming in as a bit of support here. See if we can sell into a bounce on the way back up. So far, not looking too hot. Close this position. That was actually half of an accidental close. I was trying to, all right, whatever. I'm not going to complain. It is what it is. Bigger loss on this one, so wanted to close before a potential break on the 4. It was kind of annoying. We could have walked away with a bit more profit. I was about to close the position, and this is why I always say bigger position size. I tend to trade better because I'm already up, 100, 200 bucks, and then I take that profit, and then I'm like, okay, perfect. Like we were up on this one. We were up almost 7%. That's huge on a bounce. So I should have, I don't know why I held on to that so long. Definitely a mistake on my end. So I don't know, sloppy trading. That was not very good. We're on the backside of a move, right? And I didn't take my profits when the stock was over 5% on the bounce. And I always say, 3, 4, 5% on a backside move is a really, really good, is a good win. So that was not very good on my end. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. That one was a bigger loss than it should have been, which is, it is what it is. So that was probably like a 6% loss. One of my bigger losses, like in a while, actually. CTIB, guys, here pulling back quite a bit. We have just, it's this, when you see very low volume like this, we had the same trade yesterday. With ON something, sub dollar stock, and there was very low volume, so I was like, I'm not going to trade that. CHNR could be a really nice secondary move. Michael, I just read your message. You say it's day trading, but you're hold on to it. That's a little bit like swing trading, but I get your point. But yeah, always have a max loss. Always know what your targets are. For this one, for example, I had my max loss at $4. So as we were approaching the break of $4, I got out of this one. I took about a 30-cent a share loss. So this was a bigger loss. I should not be holding this long. Yeah, so that's this situation. It just was not very perfect. I should have taken my 3% profit and been like, boom, 3% profit. Like that's all I wanted and moved along. You can use templates. It automatically puts a stop in when you place a buy order. If you want to practice that, I really recommend using the on-demand button here or just making a paper account, testing out the automatic trigger templates for stops so you have it figured out, but it works pretty well. I'm not totally sure. I think you could probably move it higher. I would have to double check that. You could make it trailing though. Heiko's on a fishing trip right now. Good question. I don't know where Satoshi is, but Heiko's fishing. That I do know. Selling volume slowing down here on CHNR. The dip buy was right. The profit taking was very weak on my end. That often happens in this challenge account because I'm limited on trades. I'm always like, oh, I can hold it a little bit longer. Let me squeeze out that extra 10 cents. And that's where I always trip over myself with this challenge account because I'm like, I'm limited on trades. But I'm getting over that by probably switching to my margin account once I'm out of trades, because then I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm out of trades, so be it. I think that's going to help me mentally a little bit. Cruiser's absolutely right, guys. I really can't answer that question for you if you should buy a ticker. It's impossible for me to say that. It's totally up to you. I can only call out what I'm trying to do at any given moment. This could be a nice reversal here with CHNR, and I'm saying that because the sell volume under $4 was very light. That's oftentimes what I look for a bit of a continuation, or a reversal. But let's see what happens. ALRN. Pulling it up in my other chart. Not enough volume for me to trade ALRN. Just very volumeless. David, no, that'd be the worst thing. Huzaman, I'm not holding anything. Again, you can see all of my positions right here on the left-hand side. Honestly, we were up a good amount, but I think we just gave back quite a bit of profit. So we're only up 22 bucks today. Not really a great day. We had 3 losses and one win, and we're actually green in the day. That shows you, if that doesn't show you the power of cutting your losses, then I don't know what does. You could even have like today, we have a negative win-loss ratio, but we're still green on the day because our winners are bigger than our losers. It's as simple as that, guys. CHRN could be breaking higher here. Could be breaking above that 9-minute EMA. Nice little move. Gotta give it to it. This is not a bad little move right here. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda closed that position sooner, huh? Oh well. It's always 50-50 in hindsight. I'm not a big fan of the pullback CHNR had. It was very aggressive, I gotta say, especially after this kind of move to the upside. I mean, this move was ridiculous. It was like almost 100%, and then it has, it gives back almost all of its profits right away. Cruiser, nice. Yeah, EMEN has pulled back quite a bit, huh? EMAN. Kind of approaching this really critical support zone again. Drew, you literally asked that question right after I answer your question. I'm not sure if you just came in or if there's like a delay in something. Here we go, guys. To CHNR pulling back again here. Very aggressive pullback. You'd almost think there is some sort of news out for this one. I'd be careful buying some of these dips. Interesting kind of moves here. Like, I'm not totally sure which I would trade right now. We have CHNR, I don't know, kind of pulling back. I'm not really super excited about what I'm seeing. We have EMAN on my other screen. Could be some bigger support near $1. Again, not totally convinced. Sorry to hear Huzaman. What was the issue? What was the issue on that one? A lot of pullbacks, guys. The big dip. Yeah, that dip was kind of aggressive. Sorry, man. That dip was no fun. Good check. Barbecue. Right now, overall, we got the market, yeah, about 1.7% up on the day. So a bit of a green day after yesterday's really, really strong sell-off. Zachary, smart man. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wrapping up your trading, honestly, especially on a day like today. I mean, it's just the chances of, making a loss today is just pretty high. I'm still watching CHNR. Maybe it's going to have a little bit of a bounce at one point. 3.5, key support and resistance zone. At least you're up on the week, Michael. 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, that's true. We have been seeing like some big moves. Is Mountain Standard Time 2 hours behind Eastern Standard Time? So that's like 8. I mean, well, that'd be like 10. No, wait. You're saying like 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? I just confused myself on that one. Sometimes you got to take the loss. There's nothing wrong with a loser. I had 3 losers today and only one green trade, and I'm still profitable today because we cut our losses very quickly. So I don't ever want to see, a big loss happen. And CHNR was kind of a big loss for me. I mean, this was a little bit unnecessary. We had that bounce to the upside. I was expecting a little bit bigger of a bounce, and I knew it was my second to last trade, so I wanted to hold it a little bit longer, and that was my mistake. Backside move, you got to take your profits quickly. It's 3 hours back. Okay, so 11:30. Gotcha. I was like, too many time zones, and I was like, what is that in Berlin? And then I was like, oh man, this is just gonna make my brain pop. Nice, that's huge 1AP Pro. No, I don't trade options, Hugo. I might do that at one point, and I might, throw some like challenge in about that, but I don't. Uh, TA, I'm a dual citizen actually. I have 2 citizenships because I was born in Germany, but I grew up in America, and eventually I got my green card. So I'm actually full German, but actually culturally I'm more American. American raised, I guess you could say. It's a little confusing. 10:44, guys. When are we going to see the big whackers today? That's the big question. EMAN is trying to have a little bit of a recovery. Um, I don't know about fluent. I'm like conversationally fluent, but I'm not like, when you watch like CNBC or something, if I watch the equivalent in Germany, I'll miss a lot of words because I have more of like a 5th grader German. I never once went to a German school. I went to kindergarten actually when I was like, I don't know what age that was. That was right before I moved to America. So I'm definitely, I've never been really taught German, just kind of through hearing it a lot. So it's like a very broken German, I guess you can say. Yeah. IMRN. I see you guys calling it out. I'm watching EMAN. I was like, is that IMRN? Let me quickly. IMRN has been a really hot one this whole week, kind of. David, that's funny. IMRN, what an absolutely beast of a move here. Also a backside move coming in from $8 to $14, almost 100% gain up. Actually, 100% gain on the day. I wasn't really calculating pre-market. Wow, huge stuff. Nice dip here to 14. Big question, can it hold this area? I mean, this is a key support and resistance zone. I wouldn't be surprised if it tried to break above 16 from here, but that was a lot of sell volume on that pullback. That's impressive. I don't think I could pick up a language in 1 month. So good stuff, man. I'm pretty horrible with languages. I took Spanish for 6 years and I'm not too proud of my Spanish, let's just say. I even did a month in Mexico. And I used to be good at Spanish. I think I used to be able to hold my own in Spanish, but then like, I don't know, many years went by, let's just say. Ich kann nicht sprechen. As long as you got the basics. Currywurst mit Pilz. Vielleicht auch ein Schnitzel obendrauf. Thinking what our last trade is going to be. Remember, you don't have to trade every day. I'm also, don't want to do any revenge trading. But if I see the right setup, I'm not going to try to be biased here. If I see the right setup, I'm going to go for it. I think IMRN, if it dips below 13, could be really nice. I don't think I would want to be buying in these high areas where there's really, really big resistance. So I'll keep an eye on this one. Yeah, that's true. In Berlin, I'll go like a week or two without speaking German. It's very weird here. It's basically just a city of expats in a way. Depends where you are, obviously. I wonder if I can join the bid here at 12. Resulting buying power. No, I would not be able to do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they speak English. Yeah, everyone just speaks English. Even the Germans speak English to each other sometimes. That's how crazy it is. It's really funny. I walked into a room, there was like 3 or 4 Germans in a certain, like a conversation circle, and they're all speaking English to each other. It was hilarious. For no reason. Like, it didn't have to, like, they could have easily just spoke German. Dutch is cool. Dutch to me sounds like somebody's drunk trying to speak German. That's what it sounds like to me. Dang, Ross is at 81K this morning. Woo! It really gets me excited for being able to trade with unlimited share size. It really, really gets me excited because I know, like, the majority of my mistakes actually come from the fact that I hold positions too long because I want to squeeze as much out of every trade as possible because I only have, a very small amount. So that's why I'm going to actually start doing a bit more margin trading. That way I really want to get rid of that thought. It's totally self-imposed, but it's annoying. He's got a lot of short codes, so that's how he does it. It definitely is a skill to master those short codes. Here we go, guys. We're getting a little bit of a pullback on CHNR. Not sure if I would have enough even buying power for this. This trade was a little bit unfortunate, huh? I'm still kind of kicking myself in the butt about this one, but it was good we cut our losses from our entry somewhere around here. It's down 20%, so hotkeys would definitely help, and I think for the gap and go challenge strategy, I might switch to or just for trading breakouts in general, I might even consider getting a bit faster of a broker, because it's true, it's tough sometimes to get proper entries and exits when you use this order book because it doesn't update quick enough. CHNR pulling back again here. The sell-off seems quite strong for the fact that there's like no volume affiliated with it. Wow, EMAN just pulled back all the way to 106. News came out, that's why. Let's try harder. It's not bad news though, trading higher today. A lot of tickers pulling back right now. $230, huge support here. Wouldn't be surprised if it got chipped away a little bit, but underneath it could be a really nice buying zone. $228. A lot of selling off going on lately. This has just been constant pullback for CHNR. We'll talk about the brokers in a little bit. I'm still not totally decided on which broker I would like to switch to though. Maybe some sort of Lightspeed platform. Some platform I could use Lightspeed. Big possible double bottom here. CTIB just been pulling back this whole time. It's now at 460. 450 actually. Wow, this pullback was really aggressive with CTIB. It's definitely entering a bigger support zone right now. Kyle, the fees are, I think they're pretty legit on Lightspeed too. A bad legit. Like they're pretty up there. That's been a big thing refraining for me. And there's also platform fees. So you're paying, and then I think there's even per share fees as well. So you're just getting hit from all fronts. And that's been a big reason I have yet to switch over. These are not the setups I want to be looking for. I wasn't really expecting to be buying this many dips today. Hertz, let's see what this one's up to. Finding some support here, maybe. Whoops, where did we just, right here at 275, maybe double bottom. I don't know. I probably won't be trading Hertz. CHNR, definitely pulling the lead gapper on the day for the small caps. I don't like that the fact that the volume basically fell off a cliff on CHNR. I don't think that's very nice. CTIB looks like it's going to bounce here. Huge sell-off from EMAN. Just absolutely ridiculous. KBSF did not have a good day today. It was a good thing that we stopped watching this one. Ooh, JFIN just... You guys see that dip that just happened on JFIN? This one has the most ridiculous pullbacks and breakouts and stuff like that. I mean, this thing is just all over the place. You get stuck on the bad side on this one. Oh. That was a 15% 1 minute red candle. Was anyone looking at EVK today? This thing is trying to explode. So like almost no volume on it. Not really even sure why it's up. I'm not really sure if the wrist sleeve helps. It's so hard to say, honestly. I want to say yes, but I feel like I'm just saying yes because I want to say yes. Probably. I think the compression as a kind of healing technique is a thing, so I'd probably just go ahead and say yes. It does feel... I don't notice it as much, so that's also good. CHNR, looks like those buyers got chipped away. Sorry about that. CLPS. This thing has so much selling volume on it, guys. Just be very careful. If you're gonna buy dips on it, which might not be the worst, just make sure to take profits. This could be the beginning of the end, guys. Not looking too hot over here. I'm not even getting a third trade in, or use my last position size here. $2.5 on CHNR could be a nice bounce zone. I'm going to keep an eye out for this area. CTIB testing the 430 zone. Torpedo, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you want to do a collaboration or something, I have my email in the video description below. Feel free to email me and anyone else if you have any sort of collaboration ideas or something like that. We've all been there before, David. I think everyone can relate to that. Oh, Michael. Oh, it's a horror story, man. I'm super sorry to hear that. Ugh. You'll make it back, though. IKR. We weren't really watching IKR, but man, there were so many tickers today. I can't wait for like more calm days where we have like one clear lead gapper that everyone's trading. I'm generally excited for that. I don't mind how it's been because it's been like good opportunities. It's just been like who, like where is it? What's the hot one? But I think you can get used to any kind of trading environment as long as you stick around long enough. So I'm feeling more and more comfortable with basically no matter what we see every day. I feel pretty comfortable. Wow, so many sellers here at 2.9, just ridiculous. Yeah, CHNR was a tough one. All right, guys that are rolling out, man, take care. Hope to see you guys this afternoon for the recap and definitely first thing on Monday. CHNR, guys, pulling back here, 263. This thing pulled back so much, I still have my original quantity of about 250 shares. I'm like on this really awkward amount, right under 1,000. Still a lot of sellers in this very Q zone. I gotta say, I was expecting a little bit more of a drop into the 50s. I'm not sure if we got it, but there definitely Was a pretty serious little dip here. I was just expecting a little bit more of a tag on that one. 280, not a bad little bounce though, I gotta say. I'm gonna keep a close eye on CHNR. I think this one could be a really good bounce opportunity. Maybe we're gonna dip below 2.5. That's almost what I would hope for. And then I would maybe start looking to get aggressive if the sell volume really lightens up. Wow, big sellers again on 475. Huge, huge sellers. Two, 6, 8. Yeah, Dad, it's a little bit getting used to. I also don't use it that much because sometimes I start tripping over myself on that, especially with these really quick day trades. But I'll use it on my swing trades a little bit more, like the trailing stop and whatnot. So here's a bit of a bounce. I mean, that was an 8-9% bounce so far. So pretty big stuff we're seeing. Generally just a big support zone, this area. Wow, CTIB absolutely getting crushed. It just constantly selling off. DGLY, I have not really been watching DGLY. Nice bounce off 4, really nice bounce. Doesn't have that much like percentage movement though on it. 11-10 guys. Do I get substantial income from YouTube? No, not really. I think my best month, and this was just very recent, was $500. I could show you guys my stats sometime. It's not really that crazy. I think it's going to start picking up though if the advertisers come back to YouTube a little bit. I've been hearing they're coming back after Corona, and then just as we keep growing the channel. So that'd be interesting. We'll see what happens. So maybe by the time, I don't know, like we have over, it's so hard to say, but if we keep on this growth, maybe in like a few months, we could maybe hit $1,000 a month, but that would be huge. That's when the income becomes a little bit more interesting. It's like right now, it's like a tiny part of what I don't really consider it a way to make money yet. Let's just say that. Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, those like game channels, they also kind of blow my mind. They seem to do so well. Uh, Maybe I should just start playing games instead. Wow, DGLY, big pullback to $4 and just one flash crash. Here we go. Big red candle here. Instantly pulls back up. Maybe good point, DAT. Maybe that I'll maybe consider that a bit more. I have a few like vlog videos, kind of. I did my trip to Ukraine. I think Greece was in there a little bit. So I have a few trip videos, but it was like when the channel was very, very small, and they didn't really perform. And they were a lot of work. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that. It was just a lot of work for me, and I don't know. But maybe like little smaller snippet kind of videos would be fun. I would probably do that a bit more often. Just play Fortnite. The kids will come running. Maybe I'll do that on the second stream if we ever do that. 1AP Pro's right. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. It's Friday. You got to show extra love on Friday. I'm just kidding. You got to show extra love every day. We had some phenomenal turnout this month so far. It's just been kind of insane. I was not really expecting such kind of consistent growth and turnout and enthusiasm for what we're doing here. So that's really, really cool. Ooh, DGLY just pulls back again. Ugh, so sketchy. Quite the move on CHNR, I gotta say. I wasn't expecting this kind of bounce. I was expecting a bounce off 2.5, but we didn't even go into the 50s, and this thing starts reversing fairly quickly. 5-10 minute videos are a sweet spot. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even do longer than that. My wrist can't handle editing too much. it would just fall off and walk away. Go to a Kader Holzig. Yeah, I don't think I would be allowed to do that, David. I think I would get kicked out very quickly. You can't. They'll. Kader Holzig maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I think risk reward is more important. Because if you have good risk reward, I think your winning percentage will naturally increase. I think if you get over fixated on a good high win ratio, it's a very, it should be more the byproduct, not necessarily the goal. Because then you're going to start thinking, oh, I should close out this trade for a small profit or small loss just to like get to my win ratio to where I want it to be. And that's like a really weird thought process. That's very backwards. CHNR pulling back here a little bit. I would probably buy CHNR in the 80s. It is a pretty strong pullback. Just got an entry on CHAR. On 81, looking for a little bit of a bounce here. Low 80s, that was kind of my goal on this one. Got to remember there's a lot of selling on CHNR. Still a lot of selling here. $80 look like it could crack here. Be a little bit cautious here. 79, seeing 79. Not really the numbers I wanted to be seeing on this one. Let's see if we can break back above 80. Don't want to really risk more than 10 cents a share on this. Whoop, what was that? No! Ah, I didn't even want that exit. Again, that happened to me twice today. Clicked when I didn't want to click. Oh, well, you know what? That was kind of my mistake. You know, not these A+ setups. So it looks like I'm going to end today red. P&L today, I lost $7. $7, guys. It was a red day for me too. We had 4 red trades, 1 green trade. I didn't want to sell on the 71 exactly. I was trying to cancel my limit order after I clicked it. I was like, no, that's not what I wanted. But whatever. It wasn't the best opportunity. I didn't want to risk more than 10 cents a share. So technically 71 was my stop. I wanted to bounce off of 81, which didn't happen. So it is what it is. I technically, if I wanted to do one more trade, I could. I think in my margin account, I have a trade available. So I could maybe consider it. I don't know if I will, but yeah, okay, here it is. Here's back to 81. This is a little bit unfortunate. This is what I was waiting for. So, you know, everything was right. The idea was right. But the timing was off, and that happens sometimes. So at least I could have got out for a little bit of a scratch on this one. Oh well, it is what it is. Not a big deal. So yeah, going into the weekend with a $7 loss. It was a nice week though, overall. It was a pretty solid week. We had a little bit of choppiness in the beginning, but I think we ended pretty strong. This was the trade I wanted though. This was the original trade I wanted. We might have hit 59. It's hard to say. This was a 20%, 27% bounce. So a little bit unfortunate, you know, like to miss the big trade that I wanted, and then I actually end up losing money on a trade that, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda been green. It is what it is. I think I fumbled here with CHNR right here on this dip. This was really unnecessary. This could have been a 5% profit. And I think if I got this one, I would have been more confident with this dip. And this one, there's no way I would have held it for this 30% run. But overall, yeah, that was exactly what I wanted. But look, this is why you cut your losses quickly. I mean, this thing keeps pulling back here. I wish I could have cut my losses better at like 75, 78, 79. That was what I wanted to do because I had a feeling it was going to bounce a little bit. I didn't want to get out at 71, but whatever. That was my max stop and we hit it, so I'm not too upset. I mean, it is what it is. At least we're not in this dip right now. CHNR is still pulling back here, just super, super messy. TA is wondering if I use hotkeys. No, I don't use hotkeys. TOS doesn't really have hotkeys. It has hotkeys, but they're not really ideal. I was going through them, and actually none of them I think I would use. We could actually even talk about it. Application settings. I can't believe I gave back so much profit today. I was up. Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate. I was up basically $100 profit today. That's like 10% on our average position size. That was a pretty good day. So kicking myself a little bit. That's a bit annoying. That I gotta say is a bit annoying. I probably should have just walked away after that because honestly today I knew was not a good trading day, and the fact that I got a really lucky trade, I should have been like, that was luck. It might not happen again. I'm going to stop trading right now. And I think next time I have that feeling, I'm going to stop trading. So hopefully you guys can learn from that as well. Camilla's wondering if I'm thinking about getting an offshore account. Maybe. It's definitely a thought that I've already applied at the CMD group or whatever they're called. So probably. So here are the hotkeys. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but so we have buy the market, buy the ask. I don't know, at that point, I think the buttons are pretty easy. They're not that customizable. Cancel all is sometimes convenient. I use that button a lot. I don't know. I probably won't use hotkeys. I think that's just one more thing for me to trip over. But yeah, I mean, it definitely has buy and sell. So you could use that to your advantage. Yeah, I don't know. Would be interesting to try it for a week. I might do that. Like try hotkeys for a week, see what we think. Yeah, Dad, that's a really good point. Remember to enable it or it won't work. CMEG's program is so bad. I have not tried it, so I can't really say. I think this is the part where if you have an unlimited account, you could probably squeeze out a few of these like 2% bounces. That's what I used to do all the time, just back and back and back. This is like a 3% bounce, actually pretty legit. The problem is you can get caught in like a flash pullback and then, 2% bounces and then all of a sudden you have like 6% loss, right? So it's not the nicest thing. One second, I gotta send out a message. Someone just wrote me. I'm out of trades though. Unfortunately, I honestly don't even know how I'm out of trades. It said I only used 3,000 buying power today. I should have I should have a bit of buying power left, so I really don't know why. I can't believe we went red today. So yeah, I mean, so today I'm gonna have a pretty negative win-loss ratio, right? That was I think it was 4 red trades and one green trade. But we're only down $7. So it really shows you that the win-loss ratio isn't, super relevant all the time. It's really your risk reward. That's really the main thing. So 1 trade here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I did 5 trades today. 4 of those were red. Wow, that's so ridiculous. That's really bad. And it's annoying because this one could have been profit and this one should have been this trade here. That's the actual one I wanted. So I should have had at least 2 more green trades. Okay, boom, taken care of. Sorry about that, guys. Mike, I feel you on that. Hugo, 2.7% on the week. That's a good week. Yeah, Hugo, we all have that issue from time to time. Yeah, Dad. I think also though, I think that a lot of the TOS issues are going to go away as we enter summertime when the market calms down just a little bit. the market has been so ridiculous lately, such high amount of volume, really an unprecedented amount of volume. So it's like there's how should I say this? There's like a really good chance that TOS, and it is because I've talked to their support all the time, is just totally overwhelmed. And I think, I mean, remember in March where the market was dropping, we couldn't even trade times for like 15, 30 minutes because TOS was so overwhelmed with orders. So I think once the orders calm down a little bit, I think a lot of the issues will go away as well. Hey, 0% is not red, so that's really good. It means you're probably better than, you know, most traders already. Chase You Invest account. I haven't heard of that actually. So $7 red day today, guys. That is not acceptable. Well, I guess it's not that bad. I think a $7 red day feels really bad when you were up, you know, $100. Because then it's like, okay, $100, like that's not a huge green day, but it's pretty nice. Like I'm growing my account. And then a $7 red day is like, oh, come on. Like, why did I just not stop trading? I'm thinking, is it time for a tea? I think it is time for a tea. Boom! All right. Let me think about smoke a joint. It's Friday. What do you think? I just got joint sling around or something? Yeah, a lot of those bank kind of you buy stock kind of plug-in kind of things they're really not meant for trading. Almost just best to avoid that altogether. Do you guys have any questions here? I'll probably be wrapping up pretty soon. I don't think I'm going to use my margin account today. I was thinking like if I see a good move, I'll jump in on it. But today, you know, I'm not convinced about anything specific, so I probably just won't, you know, trade anything. Otherwise, I would. You know, CTIB. Here's a little bit move off the low here, from 3.7. 13% bounce. Pretty sweet stuff, though. Might even be breaking back above 25, but I doubt it. Yeah, I think hotkeys could be a good thing. I am generally kind of curious to do like a little hotkey week. Definitely don't want to be tripping over myself with the hotkeys though. EMAN kind of stabilizing here a little bit. Yeah, Cameron, you're totally right. You always want to do paper trading, especially when you're learning something new. I don't really paper trade to like learn the stock trading in itself, but I do paper trade every now and then to learn a new feature, and I think that's quite nice. Um, like learn a new feature or try something out you haven't done in a while, learn a new platform. It's really, really, you don't want to make kind of platform mistakes, then lose money on that. I find that very, very stressful. A little bit early on the CHNR dip buy is a little bit unfortunate. This was a little opportunity, 3% would have been tough. Here's a little bit bigger of an opportunity. This one was a nice one, 11%. So there are opportunities on these dip buys. You just have to buy the dips because they don't run up that much. You want to be careful. You don't want to get one of those flash pullbacks on this thing. It's quite aggressive. Yeah, the small account is definitely interesting and it definitely plays with my head a little bit. It's a whole different game. I'm excited to do a bit more margin trading soon. Um, I'm not totally sure on the date on that yet, but yeah, it's. I never thought the kind of dealing with the mental aspect of like, oh, this is my only trade. It really plays with your head. Because on this trade, when that bounce wasn't instant, there's like it's always hard to say like what you would have done. But there was that time I was like, this doesn't look that good, but I'm like, I only have this trade left, so maybe I should give it like another shot. Same with this one. This is the big reason I held this one too much because it was like I said, it was my like only trade today, or my second to last trade. So it really messes with your head. But I don't think it's the end of the world. You just have to kind of, acknowledge that. Uh, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. TOS has a pretty good simulator. I would probably use TA. Um, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up here. The market's pretty slow. I don't know if you guys are going to keep on trading, but if you do, I wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully you guys snag some nice ones. Just be a little bit careful. Volume is really falling off a cliff. It's Friday. People wrap up early. Just keep all those things in mind. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are usually the hottest days. So just always keep that in mind. Definitely listen to your boy Dax, DEX. Leave a like, guys, if you enjoy the content. I really appreciate it. If you're totally new here, remember, we stream every day the market's open. I would love to see you again, so definitely consider joining the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, bookmark the channel, do whatever it takes so you don't forget that at 9:15 we start going live. We review the watch list, and then boom, we trade the market open. Yeah, guys, the $25,000 challenge continues. I will see you guys this evening, and I'll also see you guys Monday morning. Take care, everyone. Ciao, ciao. Renee, IZEA. I'm sure a lot of people.